Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. Danielle here from Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and right on cue I think we have Gertie Cat. Come up. She was just singing me the song of her people. I hope you all are doing well. Happy Tuesday, happy 8th of August, which is in more recent years the Lionsgate portal. That's definitely not like an older, more traditional astrology thing, but like we've proven here, and here's Gertie agreeing, as we've proven here time and time again, when a lot of people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater that intention is magnified. So it's definitely real now. It's a great day to manifest. And there's also some astrology that would support that too today, not every year. But yeah, definitely a great day to reflect on what you manifest and what you want to bring into your life, and in some way work towards making it material. Oh, little Gertie. Yeah, little Gertie. And here, let's start things off with a peek of the Gertie cat. Yeah, you going to help? You gonna help? Oh, good stuff. Yeah, you help. You make some biscuits for me. That'll help. Oh, that's very nice. But I hope all of you are doing well. If you are new here, go ahead and click the live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any intentions for your greater healing good. We're going to go ahead and start things off by building a really beautiful grid exactly to all of your requests. And if you are watching this in the future as a pre-recorded video, you will have just as much fun and healing a time as if you were here live. But if you would like to join me live, go ahead and subscribe with your notifications on so you don't miss any opportunities. And as well, for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for returning, and thank you for your ongoing support. It means so much to me. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or a tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description. So let's go ahead and take a peek at that crystal grid and get into building. Oh, how nice. Yay! Okay, so we've got, yeah, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so let's see who all we have here. I see Chris, Jenny, Jennifer, Violet Integration, Christina, welcome back. Goddess of Four, welcome back. Grace, I hope you're doing well. And awesome. And I got to see Susan in person today for a session in Philadelphia, and that was really wonderful. So let's go ahead and see what our requests are. As usual, we're starting out with the beautiful copper spiral to help break up any blockages and get the energy flowing. Oh, little cat. Okay, so we've got our first request. Okay, so Chris, I think for Evelyn, we'll go ahead and stick with the rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite's wonderful for mother-baby bonding and for healing mother-child bonding type wounds. It is also great for telepathy and connection to ancestors as well as deceased pets. And it can be great for stress headaches as well as asthma and anything with the lungs. It's also great for the heart and circulation. So that's rhodochrosite. Let's actually put that here today. And manifestation for the Lionsgate portal, finding a house, everything falling into place. And feel free to, like, if you want to go ahead and put your manifestations into the chat today, I'm also going to do a little bit of IET, integrated energy therapy. It's another type of energy healing that I do. I'll do a technique from that system that involves aiding and assisting manifestation. So I'll definitely throw that in for everyone today. So just go ahead and put it in the chat. If you don't want to put it for reasons of it being kind of personal, just kind of reference it in some way that keeps your anonymity. Like mention everything I'm manifesting, for example. That'll be enough to put it and connect it to everyone's energy. So Awesome. So let's see. Yeah, manifestation. So Bumblebee Jasper helps with manifestation, and I have two pieces. We're used to the big oval piece. This is another piece of Bumblebee Jasper that I have. It's pretty big. Yeah, Bumblebee Jasper helps with empowering manifestation and anything that you're really working for and setting a goal about. It helps with collaborative and group work, and in general, just this sort of let's get it done type of attitude to things. It kind of brings up a level of excitement with everything. It's great for mental focus, for energy, vitality, and just wanting to get up and physically move. It's also great for confidence and even positivity, as well as momentum and motivation. It's great for decision making as well. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Let's put that right in the center for today. Finding a house and everything falling into place. Let's see. I'm going to bring in citrine. Citrine helps with manifesting financial abundance, but also with manifesting like basic needs, like resources. And a house is a resource, absolutely. It's a roof over your head. So let's bring that in. So it can help with not only that level of financial gain. Oh, bye, Gertie. Not only that level of financial gain, but with calling on the things that we need in life. It can be wonderful for balancing logic with intuition and dealing with addictions and compulsions as well. It's helpful for making good financial decisions and even nausea. So we'll go ahead and bring in some citrine. Ooh. Okay. We'll also go ahead and bring in red jasper. This is great for grounding. This can be very empowering, but it also helps with like everything with the root chakra, which is fear and safety, basic needs, that kind of stuff. So this can help too with anything root related, like moving, finding a place to be. It's wonderful for dealing with the depression that may come from like a long illness or a long healing timed injury. It's great for fertility, energetic protection, empowerment, and fighting injustice and bullying to some extent too. It can be very, very grounding if you feel like it's hard for you to connect and be in the present moment. This can help if you feel like it's hard for you to connect to your physical body. Also, this can help. So that's red jasper. We're also going to bring in tourmalinated quartz. This is any color of quartz with black tourmaline running through it, and black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy. When it's going through quartz, it breaks up really old stuck energy. This can help with things like finding new revenue streams, finding a new job, which I did see JS's request earlier for that. Let's see, but it can also help with breaking up any old stuck patterns, even from childhood. But it can definitely help with bringing in the things that you need too. So we'll bring this in. There we go. So I hope all of that helps. Hang on one moment. Sorry about that. Okay. And everything falling into place. Awesome. Yeah. And I will continue to think about different crystals that can help that. But for the most part, those are some really good positive ones too. But lots of love to you, all the intentions towards what you're manifesting. And I hope that you will find the perfect house in time. Kunzite, Sunstone, Moonstone, Lemurian, and Sugilite. Absolutely. Kunzite, Sunstone, Moonstone, Lemurian. Sunstone, Moonstone, Lemurian. Sunstone can be really helpful for recognition, being seen, also good luck. So this is a really good one to call on. Good luck, fame, and even protection against financial exploitation too. I've been working with this. Oh, welcome back, Margaret. Lila Ray, welcome in. Welcome back, actually. Paul, welcome in. Kanta, I hope you're well. And awesome. Okay, cool. So yeah, Sunstone is a good one too because it has the concept of like luck, especially more for like winnings and things, but it's good for just luck in general. It helps with aiding marketing yourself if you are putting yourself out there or going on job interviews. It's also really helpful for if you're an entrepreneur, putting yourself out there as like, you should choose me because. So it's one that empowers you to stand up and be who you are, and for others to kind of notice and take it's a bit of an assertive and like kind of gives you a head up as far as being noticed, recognized for everything that you do and all the things that you've worked towards, all of the qualities that you bring to a particular situation. But it expands your vision of your own potential and your own possibilities in life, which is really powerful. So we'll bring that in. We've got Moonstone, which helps with lunar cycles and really just the connection to nature in general too. Connection to things like the tides, which the moon controls. It's very connected with intuition, women's health, the divine feminine, with connection to ancient wisdom, very deep spiritual wisdom. If you're learning any kind of new spiritual practice, this is a really, really powerful stone to work with. It's also great for releasing patterns, attracting romance and a romantic partner, as well as accepting divine timing and trusting divine timing. Lemurian quartz, specifically this blue mist Lemurian quartz that we have here, this can be a great choice for anything that has to do with old stuff like early childhood and past lives. You don't have to be able to remember your past lives in order to do any healing related to it. This can help with learning about yourself while on that spiritual path, and it can also help with in general your self-healing journey, making it a little bit more enriching for you. So we'll go ahead and bring this in, and the kitties are there, and they're doing their pre-Reiki play fight. Gotten into a bit of a routine. They love when I sit down here and start talking. They know that we're going to be leading some Reiki. Kunzite, a very, very potent stone of unconditional love, connection to spirit. This is one that I always feel connected to the Kuan Yin when I hold it. And the Kuan Yin is, she could have ascended and chose not to because she wanted to be present and aid in the healing of the pain of the world. So this is a wonderful stone to help you expand your heart center, to accept more unconditional love, and to also see yourself as a divine manifestation of love. And Sugilite can be very helpful for unity, like collective consciousness and the awareness and of that interconnectedness between all things, that when we strike out at others, we truly can hurt ourselves too. So this is, in a way, the crown chakra and beyond. So this is Sugilite. So we'll bring that in. Will you balance there? Oh my goodness. I'm going to end up knocking that over, but for now, let's put that there. Thank you for being here, Jen. I hope everything goes well. And awesome. Okay, so let's see what we have next. Violet integration, intention of emotional healing, clarity on next steps, and confidence. Cool. So intention on emotional healing. Lots of good ones for that. The first stone that popped into my mind, green onyx. This one's great for grief, sadness, and even like emotional despair and shutdown. It can help with moving forward despite emotional pain, including making decisions. So I'll bring that in. There we go. So that's green onyx. It's a wonderful stone of the heart and clarity. Let's bring in some blue kyanite. This can help us to understand the spiritual messages and guidance and wisdom we receive. Sometimes it's hard to even recognize that it's guidance. Also helps with spiritual self-pride. So really loving yourself exactly as you are and accepting yourself exactly as you are. But yeah, that can help us with receiving those messages. And confidence. Confidence really helped by blue lace, or sorry, not blue lace agate, bumblebee jasper. I'm also going to bring in yellow calcite. Yellow calcite supports the solar plexus, which is our center of self-identity, free will, all the things that are important to us, and confidence in ourselves, in our abilities, in our path forward, in our desires, and moving forward with that. It helps to release blockages around self-identity. It supports boundaries, like good, healthy boundaries, and releasing the need of the approval of others and trusting yourself. So this can be a wonderful confidence booster. So let's bring that in. So that is yellow calcite. And also intuition in moonstone can also help the clarity on next steps. It's good to see you. I hope you're well, and I hope that that helps. So let's see, Chris, we're going to bring in some rose quartz, carnelian, garnet. Okay. Rose quartz, carnelian, garnet, aventurine. Have moonstone, and we'll bring in emerald, and I'll keep working my way through the rest of the list as we go. Let's do emerald. Can be wonderful for healing of skin and tissue, but also reigniting our passions in life, things that we were once excited about that we seem sort of blah about. This can help fire that up. It's also wonderful for everything involved in breathing, so bronchitis, asthma, all of the things, and for restoring confidence about your appearance, especially for people who've been teased or picked on about their appearance for any reason. So this is emerald, and absolutely love it in its raw form. Let's just go ahead and place that, on top of moonstone. Aventurine helps with expanding what we see as our own abilities and potential, but definitely abilities. This is one that also helps with the heart rhythms and allergies, as well as eye problems and fertility, and also helps with learning, particularly if you feel like you're not capable of learning something. This is one that's really encouraging. It says, well, give it a shot. You might be surprised by what you're able to do. So we'll bring that in. Next is rose quartz, which is just filled with an abundance of love. This can just fill your heart with unconditional love. This and kunzite together, I really adore. It helps with reminding us that, because it's a very consistent supply of unconditional love, it can help to see ourselves as lovable beings. It can also help us to let go of the pain that we're holding on to by reminding us that there are better things that can take its place. So we'll bring in rose quartz. This is very common to find rose quartz, and it's very affordable because we find it's very plentiful. So there we go. Garnet helps with organization and courage and everything about being productive and practical. It's a wonderful stone that you would think of as being very aligned with Capricorn, and it is January's birthstone. It can help with finding balance in times of change, and especially strength in times of change. So Jennifer Vatsa and I are both moving. That's a lot of change. It also helps with bringing about creativity and being creative about new ways to get things done that you've got to get done, so that you end up finding a new best way to do things. Or if you're striking out in a new venture and you're just starting to figure out how things are going to get done, this can help you with making sure that your time is used to the best ability. There we go. And next we'll go with carnelian, a wonderful relationship stone. This connects very much with the solar plexus chakra, which is beneath the navel. The sacral chakra, which is beneath the navel. That's the relationship center, but not just romantic relationships. It's how we relate to the world around us and all of the people in it. But of course, it does encompass attracting your soulmate, romantic relationships, fertility, all that good stuff. It can also really help with creativity, collaborative work, getting along with folks. It's a lovely stone of all of those types of things. It's this deep, deep orange, which is just such a pretty color. So there we go. And I'll keep going with your other requests as we go through. So thank you for being here, Chris. I hope you're doing well. Lots of love to you. Hey, Catherine. Lisa, it's wonderful to see you. Susan. Oh, that's awesome, Susan. I was just telling everyone, I got to see Susan in person for a session today. And wonderful to see me driving home. You felt freakishly calm and clear with everything very sharp and vivid. And then you fell asleep in your hammock. I love it. I hope it was an amazing rest. And it was a perfect day to fall asleep in a hammock. My goodness. Awesome. So glad you're here. And I'm so glad I got to see you today. Jenny, clearing chakras, divine inspiration, protection from negative energy, freedom from fear, and usual pets in pregnancy. Absolutely. So for your sister-in-law, Unikite, this helps with all points in a woman's life, but especially around fertility, pregnancy, labor and delivery, postpartum, all of it. It can also be helpful for circulation and the moving of fluids in the body, as well as, as well as quitting smoking too. It's great for addictions in general, but particularly when it comes to smoking, it adds a lot of layers of help. Oh, knew that was going to fall down. So let's go ahead and let's just put that there. Okay, that's Unikite. Negative energy, divine inspiration. favorite stone for grounding fear is actually black onyx. It's also very, very protective. It's superb for anything related to grief as well. It can help with ancestor connection, and it can boost your self-esteem. So definitely good for confidence, and I know we've had that request tonight. It also helps with ancestor, I think I mentioned ancestor connection, but definitely anxiety as well. It can really ground that too. So that's black onyx. This was a traditional mourning stone. It was very popular in the Victorian era. Here we go. Yeah, so protection and grounding fear. For clearing the chakras, let's bring in some Dalmatian jasper. Excellent at clearing the energy field and the energy centers as well. This is black tourmaline inside of jasper, and black tourmaline repels negative energy. So this can be an excellent stone for clearing your energy field entirely. It's also wonderful for holding a space for cooperation. It's almost like it clears the kind of negative energy in the space and helps people work together more optimally. It's also great for digestion. So if you've got like IBS, Crohn's, anything like that, this is a really helpful stone. There we go. And I'm going to bring in celestite because this helps with discernment, and it can also help with that sense of like insight, and I think you mentioned it as inspiration. So celestite is very, very angelic. The way in which it helps is it first of all helps us connect to our higher self and higher spiritual wisdom, as well as our angels and spirit guides. And it's great for discerning like what's a fear, what is like logic, and what is intuitive guidance. So if you're feeling worried, freaked out, anxious, this will help you kind of figure out which of those it's from, or which ones of those it's from. It's also great for connecting with spirit and intuition in a way where, say you're in pain, this is one I'll often spend some time with because it focuses on the upper chakras, which is more focused on the spirit body, and I find that it changes my experience of pain. So we'll bring in celestite. So good to see you. I hope everything is still going well. Lots of love to you and your family. And yeah, there's a lot in the air for emotionality, and let's see, Mercury and Mars are kind of squaring off a little bit this week, so people will tend to be a little bit more blunt and read blunt. For some people, it's not just blunt, it's like anger, aggression, and so that can certainly have us feeling a little bit more sensitive too. But Venus is ready to go retrograde, and that can have us really in our feelings too, and examining how we relate to things, how we feel in relationships. So that can be a thing. And I'm doing well, Grace. Good to see you. Healing intention for your hands and wrist, carpal tunnel, and happiness. Absolutely. Let's bring in some mahogany obsidian. This is a good one there's a couple of good stones when it comes to carpal tunnel, but this one I really like. It helps with also vitality, strength, and meeting goals. And I know that because it's Lionsgate and a lot of you are like manifesting around goals, this can also be helpful. This can help release anger. It's also great for healing teeth and gums and the skin. But more than anything, it's great for releasing perfectionism and the feeling that we need the approval of others, that we need to be validated externally. So this is a really potent stone if you're manifesting as well, for lots of reasons. So that is mahogany obsidian. Also, I'm going to bring in some malachite. I feel like this wants to come in. This is excellent for inflammation as well as pain, and for anything around processing really difficult emotions too. This can help move difficult emotions through the heart so that you can leave things behind that no longer need to be there. It can keep you much more easily moving out of the past and into your future, emotionally speaking. And it's also great for certain fears and phobias, particularly around flying, but I definitely want to bring this in for the inflammation, the pain. Also, for those of you that might struggle with arthritis, malachite can be helpful. Okay. So I hope that that helps. And happiness in general, let's bring in fuchsite. This helps with joy, self-care, fun just for the sake of fun, but a lot of happiness, like big time happiness. This is also a stone that, in addition to that, it helps carpal tunnel too, so it's really appropriate here. It helps to encourage play. It's good for sleep disturbances and also spinal alignment. So that's fuchsite. Okay, and I hope that you're doing well. Good to see you here. Hey, good to see you. I'm so sorry to hear about the tornadoes and stuff around you, Patty. I was thinking about you when I saw where it went. Explaining what Lionsgate Portal is because you've been living in a closet. You've not been living in a closet. It is a fairly new thing. It's only started getting talked about like maybe 5-6 years ago. But it's getting really popular, and it's August 8th, and it's not a classical historic kind of astrological phenomenon at all. It's become a date that a lot of folks said, hey, numerologically 8 is meaningful to us, and we feel like it's a good time to manifest. And when a bunch of people agree on something and work towards it, and it gives it a really strong power. Just like what we do here, the more people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater that intention is magnified. So that in its own way becomes the portal in a sense. So it's a great day to manifest or reflect on what you're manifesting or trying to call into your life. But you're definitely not living under a rock. Yeah, I saw that one highway where all of the utility poles were just completely down horizontally. I'm so sorry. Patty, that must be intense. Okay, and next was Kanta, intention, delight, joy, love, glorious prosperity, celebration of your wildness, innocence, and personal power. I love that. I love all of that. That's a wonderful thing to reflect on for the Lionsgate. So if you're just coming in, also go ahead and anything that you're manifesting, it's a great day to do it. You can, if you want to, go ahead and mention what you're manifesting in chat, or you can just, mention attention to things I'm manifesting. I'm going to do a little bit of IET as well to help kind of put those intentions out there into the universe a little bit more. IET is another type of energy healing I do that helps with it actually works with the angels. So I'll bring that in a little bit today because it is a special day. So let's make it even more special. Let's do, so love, joy, glorious prosperity. Definitely have the yellow calcite and the fuchsite for joy, happiness. Let's bring in love with ruby. Ruby can definitely help with love. It also helps with the courage to be yourself, as well as management and leadership qualities. There are lots of folks who claim that this is very helpful for fibromyalgia. I've actually not worked with anyone with this stone for fibromyalgia, and I don't have it on my own, so it's hard for me to say, but I definitely want to put that out there. So that's ruby. So definitely bringing in the love. And, you know, courage to be exactly who you are helps with the wildness. And personal power definitely helps the yellow calcite. Like, it's amazing how the stones just align and encompass a few of the things that we're looking for. And standing in your personal power, also red jasper. Red jasper is incredible for empowerment. Let's see. Awesome. Yes, okay. Good to see you, Kanta. I'm so glad you're here. Goddess of 4, healing for your oldest son, anxiety and trouble sleeping. So anxiety will bring in green calcite. It's very calming and reassuring, and probably the most wonderful thing about it is that in addition to helping the emotional feelings of anxiety, it can be really helpful for the physical tension that we hold in our body connected to it. It's also wonderful for kind of just lifting the energy, lifting the vibe, almost like inviting in a little bit of comic relief at times. So it can be very helpful in many ways. You want to come up, little girl? No? Okay. Awesome. So all the best and trouble sleeping. Let's bring in some labradorite. Want to come up? We're not sure. You want to say hi? Aww. Did you miss me today? Out treating people when I'm usually home all day. It was a hard day. And I'm packing so the whole house is different and you're freaking out. It's okay. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's okay. Oh. And I'm telling you, any other time I'm here on this computer, they're not like this. They know when it's Reiki time. So labradorite is excellent at helping us with getting better quality sleep. It's also a powerful stone of focus, research, and study, especially really detailed attention to things. If you're doing things like reading through contracts or going through a lot of data all at once, like if you're a coder, if you work with data management, things like that, this can be a really powerful stone. It also is one of the stones that can help with clairvoyance, which is our spiritual sight. So if you're looking for a better way to connect intuitively, this can be a wonderful stone too. So that is labradorite. Okay, and healing for joints, lower back, and weight loss. Also Goddess of 4. Absolutely. Joints, lower back, weight loss. So let's do with weight loss. We'll bring in some blue apatite. It's hilarious that it's named apatite and it's all about food. And it's not just weight loss. It can be weight gain or just a a newer, more healthy way of approaching food, whatever that looks like to you. This is also wonderful for learning your soul's purpose and having courage to kind of walk that walk and follow through with it. And it's also superb for helping strengthen our energy field, our auric field. So if you're someone who tends to be empathic and take on the energy of others a little bit, this can be really helpful with empowering you to be a little bit more protected in that way and not quite take on the energy of others quite so much. Also helps to bring in a lot of harmony and peace. So that will help. Howlite is wonderful for joints. It's also great for bones, bone density, bone strength, healing broken bones. Also for things like if you get chronic like dislocations, anything like that. But also on an emotional level, anger, resentment, frustration, and anything having to do with needing like stability too. But yeah, anger, resentment, frustration, like they're feelings, they come up. They're not, but they can be very intense, and it can be really hard to ground that energy too. This can help you to kind of take the searing heat out of those emotions so that you can think it through and figure out the best way to handle it. And for lower back pain, let's bring in Amazonite. This can be very helpful for the spine and spinal nerves, as well as self-care, especially for those folks who tend to focus on the needs of others and, to the detriment of themselves. So this can be really, really helpful. So that is Amazonite. So let's bring this in. I have found this to be really helpful for the spine. Also, this is thought to help a lot with luck too. So this might be helpful for Jen with finding a place, and for me with finding a place. So thank you for being here, Goddess of Four. Oh, gotcha. Violet integration. I'm so sorry to hear that. Definitely blue apatite is helpful for that. Yeah, whether it's weight loss, weight gain, or if you're just trying to like reevaluate how you approach food, how it fits into your life, the emotions we attach to it, whatever the case might be, blue apatite's super helpful. Paul, we have health, wealth, happiness, perfect self-expression, and grace. Sodalite. Tree agate. We'll bring in another financial abundance stone. Grace. So we'll do yes, little Hattie. You want to play with this? Here, you go right ahead. You play with that pyrite. You go ahead and you bring in that real gold for me. So pyrite is wonderful for opening intuition and also having protection at the same time. It can call on financial abundance. It is fool's gold. It does help call in the real gold. It's wonderful for fever, the lungs, and for the brain and memory. So we'll bring that in. It does form in these kind of square shapes here. There we go. Actually, let's put these here. Oop. There we go. Sodalite is wonderful for communication and expressing yourself. Whether you're expressing yourself like verbally and sharing what you need to say, or singing or performing or however it is you want to express what you're feeling inside. This is a wonderful stone to kind of support the throat chakra and helping you do that. It's also great for different symptoms of menopause and for folks who feel homesickness, whether you're traveling or you're moving. And it can help with writing too, as well as grounding certain impulses. So if you're someone that struggles with that, sodalite's a beautiful stone. All things communication related, really. So that's sodalite. Actually, let's do... There we go. And tree agate is great for just general health and well-being. This is sacred in Ayurveda, the sister science to yoga, and it's thought to help harmonize and balance the flow of energy in the body, regardless of what your tendencies towards imbalance happen to be. So it can support physical well-being and mental, emotional, spiritual well-being too on all levels, but it's really powerful for just maintaining good health. So I'll bring that in. So it's tree agate. Good to see you, and I'm glad you're here. And Goddess of Four, I would love to manifest a second property with dream house and privacy. Everything I'm manifesting. Okay, awesome. So let's do second property, dream house. So definitely citrine. And I'll bring that into the manifesting abundance thing that I'll do for us too. So awesome. Oh, Lila Ray, your son has a dermoid tumor. I had a dermoid that was a surprise surgery years ago. Not a fun one. And for your other son's anxiety, complicated grief, clarity, guidance, and career choice. So tumors and stuff. Let's do for the dermoid tumor. It's not that it's like a cancer or anything like that, but I'm going to bring in the rutilated quartz. This can be a really helpful stone when it comes to specifically with cancer, because it's been used for that for several decades as a gift to give folks that are struggling with cancer, that are going through treatments. And it's like a well-intentioned gift of, may all of the healing that you're getting go to the places it's most helpful. And it's thought to bring about energy and recovery and things like that. So this can be really helpful for like going right to the source, but also with healing in general. It's also great for mental focus and just focusing the healing where it's most needed. And I'm also going to bring in, let's see, I'm going to put these here. Also going to bring in I would say, honestly, tourmalinated quartz is the most helpful thing. So a dermoid tumor or dermoid cyst, however you hear about it mentioned, it's this would have the intention of breaking up things that are very stuck and kind of like doing that. Although it might need to, my understanding with the one that I had and where I had it, the only option was surgery, but I don't know that there's other options. Maybe there are. But this helps with like things that are in a place where it's holding things up. It's blocking progress. So that will definitely help too. For clarity and guidance around career choice, blue kyanite can help, but I'm also going to bring in chrysocolla. This helps with encouragement on your soul's path, and it helps you to follow your spiritual purpose. It also helps you to connect to new means of creativity so that you can express yourself creatively, as well as making decisions that are in alignment with our highest good, which can help with things like career choices. Career opportunities is very much a sunstone kind of thing, and that can also expand how we see ourselves and what we see as our potential. So that can be really helpful. And I'm also going to go ahead and bring in lapis. In addition to pain and inflammation, this is one that can really help career improvement. It helps with integrity, follow through, completing tasks, living up to promises and commitments. Also wonderful for like discouraging disorganization and helping the inner ear, especially where that's related to balance and vertigo type things, as well as hearing loss. So I hope that that helps. And anxiety, we have the green calcite, but let's also say for complex grief, we'll bring in jet. Jet helps with grief. We have black onyx and green onyx too, both of which help. But when we have jet, this is for really intense grief. It helps you to be in the depths of your grief while not getting stuck and not being totally numb or overwhelmed. It's also good for protection against like the evil eye, if you will, and anything paranormal to that extent. It's wonderful for anyone that's working in or near a hospice, or if you have an animal that's like ready to transition, this can be helpful. It's wood that was fossilized very quickly, usually from a volcano, sometimes from very hot fires, but usually a volcano. So let's see. I'm going to put this here. So that's jet. So I hope that's one that I definitely recommend for complex grief. So there's that. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Lila. I hope that helps. All the best to you and your family. And Margaret, we have broken heart. Oh, also to allow your special person to come clean and confess. Gotcha. So definitely for honesty, like big time truth and honesty and open communication is lapis for sure. I don't know that, unfortunately that your partner's that'll rub off on your partner, but hopefully the energy will be around you. Maybe that can help elicit some shifting. Let's also do around a broken heart, we'll do rhodonite. We have green onyx, which is a powerful heart healer too. Rhodonite definitely helps with heal the cracks of a broken heart, so you can eventually open your heart to love again. Physically, it's connected with allergies, autoimmune anything, and asthma. And it's also great for the lungs, like the lungs in general. But overcoming any kind of emotional abuse, even if it was long ago and you're still feeling the impacts of it, this is great. And for any kind of insecurities, as well as balancing yin and yang energy. And I'm also going to bring in, because I'm reading what Violet Integration said and what Margaret said, and I feel like maybe I have another crystal in mind that we can bring in. Okay. I'm going to bring in blue calcite. This is one of my favorite stuff hits the fan emotional healing stones. It's like emotional first aid. It helps with soothing the emotional pain. It helps you to verbalize what you're feeling, especially when you feel like you can't even speak the words. And it helps with bringing like big revelations and clarity and breakthroughs too. And I feel like a lot of us are kind of like looking for that as well. Like we're looking for clarity and guidance. So this helps with both. It also helps with making decisions, especially when we're still in a grieving place. So that is blue calcite. So bring that in too. So for you and, there we go. For you and violet integration especially, but I think all of us can benefit from that clarity, especially today. And all the best to you. Christina, channeling Empress energy to manifest abundance. Definitely Empress energy. I feel like that's close to what's embodied in Moonstone as well. But I'll also do, let's see, channeling Empress energy to manifest abundance, self-love, healing, and self-empowerment. Self-empowerment too is red jasper, but the stone that comes through like intuitively for me for this is sapphire. This helps us to connect with our angels and our spirit guides and our higher self. It's a very potent stone of connecting and bringing through channeling information, channeling energy. It also helps with envisioning positive outcomes when everything is changing. So me and Jen could definitely use this. It helps with also speedy justice, dementia, thyroid, and eyes and ears. And when I mention, dementia, it helps everyone involved in the dementia. So that's the people who love and care about the individual and their care team as much as the actual individual impacted by the disease themselves. So we'll bring that in. And for your dog Rocco, leopard skin jasper. This one helps with any kind of animal healing and also helps us to connect to our animal guides and the animals around us. It helps with attracting our soulmate. So in case anyone is manifesting that today, helps with anything impacting the skin as well as parasites, coordination, and balance. So we'll bring this in, and that is leopard skin jasper. All the best to your dog Rocco. It's a great name for a dog. Okay. Good to see you, Christina. Today's request for Lisa, mom's continued recovery from a fall and her vertigo. So we have the leopard skin and the lapis, so we're good there. And let's do, for recovery from illness and injury, there's a lot we could pick, but I feel like epidote's a good one for tonight. Epidote can definitely help with the nervous system and recovery from illness and injury, including a fall for sure. It also helps the brain. Specifically, a lot of folks talk about this being a good stone for Parkinson's, but again, I've never used it with a client with that. Helps with negative self-talk. I can personally attest to that. If you talk down to yourself, this is a wonderful stone to help you break that habit. Also wonderful for just the nervous system, the skin in general, as well as connecting with the fairy realm. If that's something you're interested in, this can be very helpful around that. And I apologize if you can hear the car alarm going off in the background. Not very zen. And for Lisa, complimentary healing, you've been seen, you've been treated. A large local allergic reaction to a wasp. Possibly a wasp sting. Continued support for joint issues, balance energy, and healthy lifestyle. Definitely for allergies, definitely rhodonite and aventurine are really helpful for that. So sorry. I hope that all that healing goes well, and I'm glad you were seen, because Yeah, it's amazing how quickly they can go. they can get really scary. Joint issues, we have howlite, balanced energy, definitely Dalmatian jasper. Healthy lifestyle, we have the blue apatite as well as the tree agate, but I feel like moss agate is really a good balance for today. This helps with physical health, all manner of infections, illnesses, things like that. Helps us to connect with nature as well, and definitely a deeply spiritual stone. Helps us to connect with our inner child, our higher self, and do a lot of healing on those levels. Very much helping us to feel like we are divine manifestations of love and that we are all interconnected and we are connected to spirit. Also, fears of the unknown. If you feel like you're afraid of what you don't know yet coming in, this can be a really helpful stone, and it's very sacred in Chinese medicine. So we'll just go ahead and put some in the middle there. So I hope that that helps. Yeah, all the best, especially with that wasp sting or whatever it was. Catherine, you're having trouble with your migraine. You need to find a new chiropractor because yours is retired. Oh. Let's see. There's a chiropractic school in Athens, Georgia. I think it's like New Life or something like that. It's got like a really woo-woo name. But all of the chiropractors I have had from that school have all been exquisitely talented and like known their stuff. Like their program is super rigid and very intense and very long. So yeah, it's Athens, Georgia. Sometimes you can go there and like see they might have like a list of alumni in other states. Maybe that can help. It's the only thing I can think to offer because I don't know anyone that practices that there. I'm so sorry. Yeah, once you find something that works, it's really hard to have them retire, and then it's like, what do I do? So let's do, for migraine, we'll bring in pink tourmaline. I'm glad the Reiki's helping. This is also great for any kind of GYN, like gynecologic issues, mom and baby bonding. This will also be good for Jenny's sister-in-law, as well as spine injuries, any kind of hormone healing, regardless of gender as well, and dispelling negativity around self-image, which is also true of emerald. But yeah, any kind of period issues, also spinal injuries. There we go. All the best. All the best, and I hope that this helps. Peggy Lamb, welcome in. Oh, and you're welcome, Lila Margaret. Continued recovery from chronic pain. Definitely one of the stones that's recommended often for chronic pain is malachite. I also recommend celestite. Both of the stones are in the grid already. That's why I'm pointing at them. Celestite can help like boost your connection to your spiritual self so that you're not as... It changes our experience of physical pain. Also, pink tourmaline can help with neuralgia, which I really struggle with and have been for the last few days especially. And let's see. Oh, and lapis. Lapis is very helpful for pain. So all the best to you. I hope that those help. And I'm going to be getting into the Reiki in just a little bit, so that should help too. But I'm so sorry you're struggling with that. Oh, Lisa, you've been finding black tourmaline is surprisingly effective at reducing pain. That's a good one. That's really cool. Catherine, you're picky about chiropractors because you don't like the pushy ones. I totally agree. I don't go to ones that are like, you have to eat my diet, you have to sign up for my special pill thing, and it's like the it's almost like it becomes a catch-all. Like, so many things are marketed to chiropractors to market to their customers. Yeah, I totally understand. The two that I know that came out of that school, they don't do any of that. But of course, that doesn't mean other people that graduated with them won't. But I totally understand. You have to really feel like a good fit, especially when it's chiropractic. Like, that's a lot of trust. I totally understand. And I'm allergic to a lot of things too, and I don't play games. I'm very careful about that stuff too. Yeah, it can be so hard to replace a good practitioner. Yeah, definitely try the black tourmaline. That seems like a really good bet. There's also, and we're going to go ahead and transition into the healing, but I have a couple more I wanted to add. Definitely going to bring in some Herkimer because this helps with manifestation, and this is the perfect day for that. It also helps connection to intuition, as well as being in the present moment, which always helps when we're manifesting and thinking of the next thing, to be very grounded in where we are now so that we get to enjoy what we last manifested. And it helps to balance discordant energies, and it helps with metabolism. So that is that. That is Herkimer. Herkimer is a type of clear quartz. Go, and let's see. Also going to bring in some Septarian for sure. This helps with muscle pain and spasm, and I've been struggling with that, and I know that this has been a popular one for us, and also for emotional healing. This can really help with very deep emotional healing, particularly if we really need to get vulnerable to get to the root of the whatever it is that we're healing emotionally and balancing emotionally. When it comes to, hey heart, good to see you. When it comes to the root causes and beliefs and the root, like kind of like the experiences of the past that relate to how we view the world, that's part of that emotional issue, this can help bring that to light as well. And it's great for just shadow work in general, as well as just the solar plexus, so your center of personal identity, free will, and definitely confidence too, like moving forward in a way where you feel you're connecting with what you want to do and achieve in life. But it's also great for skin wounds too. And let's see. Oh, it looks like we got all of Chris's. Oh, that sounds good. A new chiropractor along with the publisher for your manuscript. And I think we're ready to get into the healing. Awesome. Does anything look like it's missing? One thing. Let me pick. Kambaba stone helps with mental focus, ancestral connection. It helps with healing the earth, things like climate change, and my goodness, could we use that? But also the growth of plants and crops. It helps meditation. And when it comes to our connection to our ancestors, our ancestral lands, this can be helpful as well. It's great for courage and confidence too. So that is Kambaba stone. Oh yeah, please give a like. Thank you so much for reminding me. Thank you, heart. And what else can help us with this? The last one I want to kind of bring in is Chevron Amethyst. Release frustration and anger from people that want to compete, undermine, and don't appreciate us. Absolutely. Oops. Let's first do some Chevron Amethyst. This helps with connection to spirit and the return of like an answer or a response from spirit. This can be really helpful for those of you that are manifesting today. So we'll bring in Chevron Amethyst. And we have for heart's requests, frustration and anger from people that want to compete. Definitely mahogany obsidian helps with releasing the need for approval of others, and also for like releasing perfectionism. Anger, howlite. Frustration, dumortierite. Anger and frustration, dumortierite. Also helps with patience. It helps with standing up for yourself. So it's very empowering. So even if you're standing up for yourself, even if it's just in your own experience of life, and giving yourself more credence than the feedback of others, this can be helpful. It's also good for tidiness if anyone's looking to bring that into their lives. And also for people that are looking to compete, a lot of time that's kind of like low vibe energy. That's people trying to work on something internally by projecting it outwardly. And we don't need that. So let's bring in some aquamarine. Aquamarine can be really helpful for that kind of, whether it's like the Karen type energy or whether it's just petty in general. It's also helpful for bringing about justice and for all body fluids, teeth and gums circulation too. But yeah, forgiveness on all levels, including forgiveness of ourselves. And, oh, the girls are giving each other. Let me see if I can give us a quick view of the girls, if the camera will allow. So that is the sisterly love today. So thank you so much for being here. I see that you're already getting into, and here's our aquamarine. Definitely go ahead and get into the giving of gratitudes. Share everything you're grateful for. That will help lift the energy that we're all sharing, help lift the energy of your space. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and then we're going to get into the healing. So thank you so much for being here. Again, my name is DanielleStimpson. If you're finding this helpful, go ahead and click the like button. And if you want to come back for more, definitely subscribe with your notifications on. The tarot for all 12 signs for this month is up and ready for you to enjoy. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more like a catch-all term for energy healing. Specifically, I work with Usui Reiki, and that particular type is founded by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, when teaching anything that could even kind of look like a religion was not okay unless it was the state religion. And basically this led this particular practice and approach of Reiki to be very spiritual yet very secular, and that's really why it resonates with us in the West so much. So to understand the energy at the heart and the foundation of Usui Reiki, we're best to look at Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan that very much still flavors how they understand the world and the universe to work. So essentially, in Shintoism, everyone and everything has a soul, and all of those souls are interconnected. And spirit, however you define it, will essentially provide this animating energy, this life force energy, to help support our greater healing good. And it's always flowing through us and provided by spirit, even though we don't notice it and we're not consciously focusing on how it works within our body. It's a very subtle force that our body is working with all the time. When it comes to Reiki, it actually translates to spiritually guided soul energy. So essentially, what I'll be doing tonight is using Usui's techniques to connect to this energy that's already flowing through all of us and directing more of it to you, allowing your body, mind, and spirit to use it to your best healing focus and your best healing good. So you may, during this time, feel some physical sensations. Mentally, you may be able to process some things that have been difficult to move through your mind. You may be able to emotionally, you may feel some emotions rise up or get released. And spiritually speaking, you may get some really great clarity or an intuition, or just feel the support of spirit all around you. It'll probably feel like a combination of all of those things, along with possibly a really good nap. So what do you need to do to make this work or help yourself receive this energy? Just being here, having an open heart and mind is all you need. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind quiet or silent. You can just exist as you are. You can, apologies for the loudness in the background, but if you lay down or sit up in a comfortable position, that's awesome. If you feel like you want to move around or stretch or bend or get up and get a glass of water or journal or really anything, whatever feels good to you in this time is absolutely perfect. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time. If you feel like you're getting distracted and it's hard for you to kind of get back into the session, like if a motorcycle goes by, for example, just go ahead, take a deep breath in and out, and you'll kind of come back into the session. I will send Reiki to all of you wherever you are and whenever you are. More on that in a moment. For 25 minutes, during which time I will turn the lights down. They'll move slowly and gently from one color to the next without flashing or strobing. No flashing and strobing. And I will turn the music up. So you will enjoy the beautiful soundtrack. And if you want to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked in the bottom of the description, so you can check her out. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out, and you can then rejoin the chat where you'll be encouraged to share any questions, anything that you feel like you want to share with everyone. You'll be, it's totally encouraged, but you totally don't have to share anything. And then after that, we'll go on about our evening. One of the cool things about Reiki, in addition to it's always there in the background and it's already there, it's a very familiar energy, but you're going to be feeling it in a kind of unfamiliar way. Know that Reiki energy is not limited to the dimensional rules that we are. We can only be in one place at a time. Not true of Reiki. So regardless of when you're finding this video, this healing is there for you anytime. It will find you exactly where you are, regardless of where you are. It will connect to you. And for those of you here, if you ever feel like you need a Reiki session and I'm not live, go ahead over to the live Reiki healing playlist. Pick a thumbnail that resonates with you, a picture of the grid, and just go ahead and enjoy. You can enjoy the beginning and the intention setting and the crystal grid building, or fast forward right to the grid, and whatever you enjoy, it'll be there for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to book a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com and it'll have all the information you need. So thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button if you're finding this helpful. And I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same time. So you can always have self-care be a part of your week, no matter where your budget's at or where you are in the world. So thank you so much for being here, and let's head on back over to the grid. Ta-da! Ooh, wow, that's really pretty. So happy Lionsgate. We have our Bumblebee Jasper, which really helps empower manifestations. And this is the bigger one of the two that I have. So enjoy, everyone. I hope that all of your manifestations will come through. And at some point during the healing, you may notice me kind of moving my hands like this. That will be when I'm working on taking the things that you're manifesting, that you're connecting to, and putting them out into the world, just kind of activating them a little extra for you. So thanks again so much for being here, and enjoy your session. just going to take a couple of moments and send some integrated energy to all of the things that all of you are manifesting. It'll just take a minute, maybe two, and then we'll come back from the energy. Thank you all so much for being here, and have a very happy Lionsgate portal. May the things you manifest come into fruition. Dell, it's wonderful to see you. Blue sky. The Witchy Homestead and Allison, I didn't even see you both come in. Yeah, if anyone has any questions or anything to share, go right ahead. Currently have a little Gertie on my lap, I'm sure you saw. Yeah. It was wonderful sharing this evening with all of you. Thank you, Paul. Oh, you're welcome, Patty. Yeah, these meows are pretty cute. You felt a being, saw a pyramid, and roses at the end. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome, Lisa. Yeah, these meows are something. You're welcome, Kanta. I'm so glad to hear that. You're welcome, Peggy. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, the black tourmaline worked well for your headache? That's awesome. That's awesome. I'll start bringing that into the grid for headaches now, too. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Patty. I think it was Patty that mentioned that. I'm not sure who mentioned that. You're welcome, Heart. It's good to see you. You're so welcome, Chris. You're so welcome, Margaret. I'm so glad. Here, hang on a sec. Happy 8/8 indeed, Kanta. Thank you. Oh, it was Lisa. It was your tourmaline trick. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, Hattie found a piece of paper to play with. You're welcome, Dell. Lots of love to you and Lori. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Happy 8/8. It was wonderful to see you all. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Yes, little tiger babies indeed. Yeah, little bubbas. I'm going to go ahead here and bring our session to a close with an abundance of gratitude to all of you. Can we schedule for a different... Yes, absolutely, Heart. Text me what works. I can even do tomorrow night. You mewing? What you doing? What you doing, Hattie? Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead here, bring the stream to a close. Thank you so much for being here. I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. And as usual, again, at 4 and 8 p.m. Friday and 8 p.m. Sunday. So thank you for starting off the Reiki week with me. Lots of blessings and love to you too, Patty. Lots of love to Key as well. And I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Still looking for a place, but I'm doing okay. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. Take care. I hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.